Video for Nonprofits 3 must-do steps before hitting record. Hey, my name is George. I'm the Chief Whaler of Whole Whale. Thrilled to be talking about this topic for you. Creating video content is hard enough. So why isn't it automatically engaging? Video is the most compelling way to engage and educate an audience about the work your organization does. Creating dynamic videos has never been easier and it is more in demand than ever. Take YouTube, for example, 500 hours of content uploaded every minute on this platform, and they are the #2 search engine on the internet with over 100 million hours of content uploaded daily. Yeah, you get it. As more platforms come to this stage, such as TikTok and others, you've got to step up your video game. So there are many ways to present content in video form. There's the lecture style, where someone is put in front of the screen, educating the audience on the topic. Think like academic style courses with a professor or a lecturer. There's tutorials, where you walk your audience through a process utilizing on-screen examples. There's also animation, there's video blogging, there's social commentary, and so much more. Despite these different forms of presenting your content, what will make it engaging stays the same. You need to tell a story. No matter the content, your audience wants a beginning, middle, and end. So here's how you can create a narrative. Step 1, establish a theme, a main topic or focus of your video. Make sure this theme is oriented in a way to benefit your audience or answer a question you know they have. For example, the theme of this video is about making engaging videos for nonprofits. We chose this because we've seen a lot of interest in our 5 tips fundraising pitch videos, and when we analyzed the search for videos for nonprofits on TubeBuddy, it showed us low competition and decent volume. So even though we actually have a couple videos in this search already, it's still value in competing with ourselves because there's audience. Another tactic for choosing a theme that interests your audience is to look at your own top content on your website using Google Analytics. Find a popular page that you could turn into video content because you already have a built-in audience that will watch it, and clearly that content is meeting a need. About 1/3 of our channel's traffic actually comes from external sources, and about 1/3 of that comes directly from people watching our videos on wholewhale.com. Hello, if you're watching on wholewhale.com. Step 2, build your narrative around emotion. Will this information make your audience happy, sad, energized? How does the focus of your video help the audience? Will this information encourage them to speak with their family and friends and become more active in their community? Figure out how you want your audience to feel when the video ends, and use that to create an emotional undertone. This video about video creation for nonprofits is not likely to stir much emotion in you. Yeah, because it falls into the educational category. However, I do hope we can motivate you to start creating, because video as a medium is too big an opportunity to ignore for great organizations. Your first video won't be a success. Your 10th video won't be either. Many of our first videos from these 6 years ago now still haven't gotten more than a couple thousand views. So it goes. We view each video we create as another brick in a great content wall. Another helpful book in a library that will continue to generate value for months and years to come. So I hope this helps you with the mindset of value creation over time through entertaining, informative videos and content that tells a story. All right, step 3. Step 3, write the script or narrative for your video. If you are considering a story, narrative, or case study style video that shows your nonprofit what it does, you need to apply that to the script and make sure you're going through it. If you want to keep it simple with an informational educational video, try doing a how-to video that centers on a skill your organization or stakeholders have and then teach it. Or if you're an animal-focused organization, frankly, just get the camera rolling on the cutest animal you have and overlay a voice narrative, and your stakeholders or volunteers can even be asked to send in B-roll video they shoot and you can splice together over top that. So here's some quick tips on the informational video style. Use humor, but try not to be corny. Humor is great for getting users into the personality of the video or channel. Get creative. Don't be afraid to test video styles, editing techniques. Look at the content actually of similar organizations, how they create versus top YouTube or Facebook, TikTok videos. Compare the two. What can you bring to your video? Show, don't tell. The best part of video is that you can show almost anything, if not everything. You will talk about it. So use that to your advantage. Use B-roll, screen recordings, photos, anything you think of, toss it up there. Tell one story at a time. Keep your videos focused to one video topic. Try not to put multiple ideas on top of each other. Like, too much information on multiple topics can be a lot and lead your audience to tuning you out because they're overwhelmed a little bit. For entertainment or more storytelling, it can be a little more complex. A classic approach to storytelling is to use the 3-act play structure. Act 1, the setup. We intro the character, brief story, then introduce an inciting incident or conflict. This is probably a third of your content. Act 2, confrontation and or the build-up. What is at stake? Can you raise the stakes on what will happen if your character doesn't succeed? For nonprofits, this should come right to mind as many organizations are working on intractable, novel, global-sized issues. However, this might be more effective if the what's at stake is made more locally understandable to the person or animal or plant or small-scale level. Remember that the, quote, story of one person dying is a tragedy, the story of a million is a statistic. This is a brutal quote, by the way, attributed to Joseph Stalin, but yet an important reminder of how people process information and emotion. Act 3, resolution or reward. Has the world or main character changed for the better or worse as a result of this journey? Is there a hopeful story shown that then can reflect the larger work of the nonprofit? This can be made even better when the viewer can be invited to join the story by donating or taking a specific action or volunteering. So, just to summarize here, try to answer these questions as you write. Let's go through them. Who is the character? What do they want? Why can't they have it? What's at stake? Who or what helps them along the way? How do they get what they want? How are they changed as a result of that journey? A quick note about length. While shorter is usually better, 8 to 15 minutes are more than enough time to share information and keep your audience watching. Even more important is that the content of your video is consistently useful throughout, keeping your audience to the end. Audience retention is actually a huge indicator to the YouTube algorithm that your video is valuable and should be shown in related searches. Okay, we hope this gets you a little bit more inspired and curious about how your organization can create better videos through this narrative. Take a look at the description for more resources and tons of DIY creative tools that we have aggregated that you can use to make better videos. Also, here's another video that you could watch. You might be interested in that because that's what you should do at the end of your videos. And subscribe if you haven't already so you can get alerts when I create new gems like this one.